pages 82 through 84. I pushed my way to the front to see if I could find Bugs, and I saw why everyone had stopped. There were 4 cop cars and 8 cops standing between the crowd and the train. The cops all had billy clubs and were spread out to protect the train. The crowd kept getting bigger and bigger. One of the cops yelled, "You men know you can't get on this train. Just go on back to Shantytown, and there won't be no trouble." A white man said, "This is the only train going west for the next month. You know, we got families to feed, and you have got to be on it. You go back in your cars, and you'll be right. There won't be no trouble." The cop said, "I'm warning you. The Flint police are on the way. This here is private property, and they have orders to shoot anyone who tries to get on this train." A man next to me said, "I'd rather be shot than sit and watch my kids go hungry." The cop said, "This is America, boys, and you're sounding like a bunch of commies. You know I can't let you sit on this train. I got kids to feed too, and I'd lose my job." Someone yelled, "Well, welcome to the club, brother." It seemed like we stood looking at the cops and them, looking at us for a whole hour. Our side was getting bigger and bigger, and the other cops started looking nervous. The one who was doing all the talking saw them fidgeting and said, "Hold steady, men." One of the cops said, "Jake, there's 400 men out there and more coming. I don't like these odds. Mr. Pinkerton ain't paying me enough to do this." He threw his cop hat and his billy club on the ground. Everybody froze when the train whistle blew. One long time, and the engine started saying, "Shuh, shuh, shuh." The big steel wheels creaked a couple of times, then started moving. The 4 other cops threw their hats and billy clubs down too. The boss cop said, "You lily-livered rats." And it was like someone said, "On your mark, get set, go." The engine was saying, "Shuh, shuh, 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 shuh," and a million boys and men broke for the train. I got pushed from behind and fell on top of my suitcase. Someone reached down and pulled me up. I squeezed my bag to my stomach and ran. The train was going faster and faster. People were jumping on and reaching back to help others. I finally got to the tracks and was running as hard as I could. I looked up into the boxcar and saw Bugs. He screamed, "Bud, throw your bag. Throw me your bag." I used both hands to throw my suitcase at the train. Bugs caught it, and when he set it behind him, the blue flyer flew out of the twine and fluttered outside the door. But it was like a miracle. The flyer flipped over 3 times and landed right in my hand. I slowed down and put it in my pocket. Bugs reached one arm out and screamed, "Bud, don't run! Don't stop! Run!" I started running again, but it felt like my legs were gone. The car with Bugs in it was getting farther and farther away. Finally, I stopped. Bugs was leaning out of the door and stopped reaching back for me. He waved and disappeared into the boxcar. A second later, my suitcase came flying out of the door.